Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah,
So then you have the programming languages issue.
yeah. So the next one is programming languages. This is even more interesting. So at first, it seemed like a basic thing where uh, there is a table called repository languages, which stores maybe it's easier that I share my screen.
Oh, yeah.
This one, yeah. Share. Cool. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, um, so programming languages. Um, it's basically a static list, if you will, but strangely, there's other stuff which we'll put aside for now. It's basically a static list of programming languages, so like JavaScript or whatever, like that. And then it's got a color. That's fine. Um, and I found that it's actually got a reference with no FK again to repository languages. So it's got a link to project ID and it's got a link to programming language ID. And that's shown in, I don't know whether you're aware. Have you seen that before? Uh,
Yeah, the bar
yeah, the language bar,
repository.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So it shows like this. It's Ruby and that one and that one. All right. So that's what it does.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure this thing is inserted uh, by GitLab. So it used to be done by Rails, but they extracted it out to GitLab because it's more efficient. So and it's GitLab has a kind of a linguist. It's called linguist,
Mhm.
and it basically inserts the same. It's actually a GitHub project originally, if I'm not wrong. So like the list of languages is
That
fair.
makes sense.
Yeah. So the ultimate fix is to instead of inserting like IDs that are just auto-generated from the sequence, I think we need to use the global identifier for those IDs so that like we don't have like the legacy cell saying ID1 is this
Yeah.
language, and then the proto cell is ID1 is total in another language. This is mega confusing.
Yeah.
Right. Um,
So when you say Giddily inserts, it doesn't actually connect to Postgres or anything, right? Does it like ask the Rails API to do the insert?
good question. Yeah. I'm not sure where it does it, but um, yeah, yeah, that's true. Gitterly can't tell Postgres. It must hand over like the languages that is detected, I guess, to Rails, and then Rails will take the gRPC response and creates it. So it must be somewhere, but I don't know where. That's a good point. Yeah. But the main thing is that so Rails does it, but if Rails finds the language that is already there, then it's fine. It's not an issue.
Mhm.
But if Rails doesn't find it, it doesn't find a create, right? And it will just use the sequence, which will be completely inconsistent. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
So can I ask? So I'm assuming on self-managed instances,
mhm.
it's all different orders
Yeah, yeah,
compared to .com. Okay.
different order.
Because I
Yeah.
was thinking as a shortcut, or I don't know if it's necessarily a shortcut, but just it would solve our problem maybe. In we could define in the code
Yes.
seeds that exactly match what is in .com today
Yeah.
or something
Exactly.
like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
GitHub probably already has encountered this when they sharded. So that is why in the original YAML, uh, there is such a thing as language ID already. So you can see, um, yeah, there we go. So all of this, there's already such an external reference that like a global identifier already. So definitely we can use that for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um, yeah. But that's kind
It,
of a long-term fix, I think. I don't know about.
yeah, also what happens when a new language appears? Like it would
Mm.
get into the database first, and then you'd have to update the configs to match it.
Right, right. Yeah. I don't think we can allow uh arbitrary languages. It has to have a global ID defined first. Like a
Mm.
language ID defined first, I mean. Yeah. Yeah, before it's allowed to be inserted. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Essentially that. The longer term fix will be to not even have a database table, just use the YAML, you know. Yeah, because essentially, uh, oh, and then encode the color as well into the YAML. Yeah, that's the only thing you need. Yeah, because we're just replicating information from the YAML into the database table for no reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on what we're doing with repository languages
Mm.
or table.
As far as I know, it's only used in this one, and it's also used in some analytics to say how
Hmm.
what languages have been used over time by a group,
Hmm.
I guess. Because projects, yeah, I don't know, something like that. Yeah. So, okay. So anyway, the that's kind of the long-term fix. The problem is that for proto cells, uh, it's not an easy mitigation because yes, we can copy the legacy cells programming. There's only 600 rows, right? We can copy that to each protocell, but how do we deal with the inserts? That's happening live on both the legacy cell and the protocell. Um, yeah. So it's almost like,
Right.
oh no, the even bigger. So I was thinking we can't allow people to migrate protocells um, if they have a project with a repository, because that's what triggers this thing, the insert. But then now I think about it, it also means that we can't allow people to create repositories in Protocell either. Oh, God. Because they can create a project, push stuff up,
Right.
and then I mean, if they push empty thing, there'll be no programming languages. But if they push code, then Gitterly would start going, and then oh God.
So what about this? Since there are not a lot of inserts per day or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
um, the change could be to make the application resilient to new programming languages where
Mm,
we like two things. We don't allow adding new programming languages dynamically, and then
yeah.
we make the application resilient to that. Because like
Mm,
if it's just making a progress bar, if somebody sees like a gray, like I don't know what this programming language is, 99% for this repo,
mm.
it's not a huge deal.
I know, I know.
So we could block them on .com except for, well, we could block them on protocells and then allow inserts on the legacy cell. And
Yeah,
then after, when we have the time, we can copy new languages to the protocells from the legacy cell.
yeah, yeah. I think we definitely have to do that. But it's much better than saying if you, yeah, it means that we can include projects with repositories, which is I'll rather have that, right? Rather
That's
than
a huge filter if we can't include projects with
I
repos.
know what way it's like what that's the whole bread and butter of GitLab.
Yeah, yeah. This is something that we would have to get over pretty quick, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. But as a kind of a backup thing, uh,
Yeah.
even if we insert a programming language that's inconsistent, I think we can still clean it up. It'll be messy,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It can be cleaned up. Yeah.
but I think we can. Yeah. It's the only problem will be when is there a unique index on this? Yeah, there's a unique index. Yeah. Okay. So the only problem will be when like we move if we ever move organizations between cells and they come to a conflict. That will be a problem because of this unique index. So yeah. So should be possible. Okay, cool. So the decision is to allow for projects with repositories and fixed programming languages in sets to be globally system. Okay, cool. That's it. Thank you. I think I can